Hello, ho-ha, and good afternoon. It is I, Cjsgoose. Let me just move the microphone, which I forgot is a thing that I need to do. Hi, Diamond Duck. How are you? I'm so sorry I have not been around. I'm trying to come back, and I've just realised that my glasses are a bit grubby, and I can't see properly, so I'm just going to quickly wipe them before I do anything. Thank you for the like already. That's really kind. You're good. Oh, thank goodness for that. That's what I like to hear. I've been debating whether to try and come on today. I've got a really big problem. I've been doing little bits off the stream and sort of the boring things, and I've come across a huge problem. So I thought I really need to put this on a stream or video it. But I thought by the time I videoed it and tried to edit it, I may as well have just done a stream anyway. So it's a little bit of a problem. I've got so much junk in my room around my desk that I can't actually move. Let's first of all show you that I have fixed my thingamabobby. This, which you can just see. I think there's a skeleton hanging over the edge there. No, you can't see that because I did not remove the screeny thing. Let me take that off. Now you can see. Right. Oh, he's over there now. Here he comes. Is he going to fall? Are you going to fall, skeleton? There he goes. Ah, and there was something else that was there too, which seemed to just disappear. I don't know if that maybe the skeleton shot it. Oh, there we go. And there goes a spider. This is how it should have been before. Now, I've had this running for... I just had it on there and I've lost the time now. 10 minutes. Jacob's here. Hello, Jacob. I've had it running for 10 minutes. I don't know why my bubbles look like this. If anybody knows why my bubbles look like this, I would like to know. Because, I mean, they're kind of cool, but really creepy at the same time. Oh, something went poof in there. And so, I do have some items on me. Let me just... Wow, 230 views on a video. Oh, I could only dream of something like that. That's amazing. Well done. Didn't even get that on my SB video. Let me think about what I'm just doing here. Things are still falling. Hold on. They don't often fall from down here, but they do a little bit too. Hold on. So I'm just going to put those in there. And so this is after what is now 12 minutes. So it's still not 100%, but this is, I mean, it's 12 minutes, so it's not a lot of time. Let me just put them all here. But that is so much better. And when I AFK properly... Oh, well done. It's not been too bad. I've just been Minecrafting a bit today. I'm trying to catch up on some jobs that have been going on here. As you can see, it still works a little bit while I'm down here. It depends on... It works better in that little AFK room. But the main thing is, it is now working. Which it was not working at all, so I'm really pleased. So I'm going to show you what I've done to make it work. You have? Oh, well done. I think everybody's going to overtake me. I've been I had all of those issues and just not managing to do anything, and then I've been better. I'm not as poorly as I have been, but the point is, because I've been better, I'm trying to catch up on other things, and we have an allotment. I've been trying to do stuff down there, and Mook has been really enjoying the allotment, so I've been taking him down there, and that uses up all of my energy by the time I come home, and I just can't do the stream. And I did try to do one, and then I made myself poorly, so I came off, and yeah. So the main thing is that I'm doing little bits, and I'm aiming to come back in June. The other thing is I have tutors here almost every day now as well, which is getting a bit tricky. And sometimes I have them, various ones here all day. So this is where we got to with this big room. So this is underneath the lighthouse. And for those that can't remember, the purpose of clearing this out is because my mob farm stopped working, and it meant that I had mobs somewhere, they have a special name, where they were obviously holding on to persistent mobs, where they must have been holding on to items and they then weren't despawning, and I managed to find the odd one or two, but then I found two really big groups of drowned that were clearly zombies. And I think the music's too loud. I'm just going to have to turn it down for a second. Hold on. It's too loud in my head. If I do... Which one was it? Oh, this one's on 14, which that's the one I have it on. It must be this one. I think I had it on about... I don't know. Let's try it on there. I have to just fiddle about with this. Oh, well, that's really good. I've just never got on with the videos. I really struggle with them for some reason. And also, on top of that, I struggle to make them, so it doesn't help. Yeah, so there were two groups of what were zombies that had gone into drowned, and they were all holding tons of items. So I managed to remove those, and finally, everything is kind of working again. But I realised that this took me so long to dig all of this out, and because we were mostly in deep slate, it took me even longer. So in the end, what I decided to do was these water streams are from up the top where I originally put the chunk in, or there's 4 chunks, put them in to do the basis of the actual lighthouse. So I've used those to hope that they're the correct chunks, and then I've come off them, and then I've put the chunk borders down to give me an idea. Then what I did was I have tried to cheat, and I have tapped in and dug a hole all the way down to the ground, and whenever I found caves or I heard the zombies, I blocked them. I went and found them, or any other mobs. I went and found them all, and then I could destroy them safely. Where's this one? This one go further down. Oh yeah. So you can see they all go all the way down to the bottom, and then I managed to get it working, and it's the only way that I could think that I could do it quicker than what I was working on. So you can see I haven't done all of them. I started sort of around the outside, but according to Prowl, I think it was, what you can see here, if you have your render distance up high like I do, all of these, where these chunks are, this is how much can affect, this whole area will affect your mob farms, which is quite crazy when you think about it. So, yeah, so that's where I've got to with those. In the meantime, there are still slime spawning. I'm still not convinced that these are actual real chunks, because I have covered a whole bunch of these with slabs, and I still keep getting slime, so I'm half wondering if they are slightly off. So it's possible, like that one there could actually be slightly off, which may mean that the slimes could still spawn here, here, or here if I've got it off center. So I'm not sure, but anyway, it's kind of working better than it was. I've got all of these are filled with goodies. These are filled with goodies, and these are filled with goodies where I've been working hard. I've got all of this lot in here, and I've got all of this lot. I've broken some of that coal down. I've got all of these. Anytime I see the golden deep slate, I collect it, because and also the gold ore, because we kept needing it for the golden block. Got some sponges drying in there, and then so we're just having a little tour of what I've been up to, and then we'll get on again. And then, oh yeah, we've got these. Right, this one I need to take with me, because I'm trying to collect tough, which is really good. I always need that, but that's the project that we're working on. So, and all of these are full, and all of these are full as well. So I've been working really hard just mining, which, you know, is a really boring job for you guys to watch anyway. And then I've been coming down to collect tough, which you can see I've got some in my hand. Oh, I needed torches. Did I pick them up? I think I did. And I needed some more shulker boxes. And I've got another 1, 2... Hang on. so I've got 4. So I had another 3 tuff in my hand. So I was collecting tuff, and I just went down there straight into a section, which I'll show you in a second. And believe it or not, I hit an iron vein, and I've collected all of this so far, and I'm still nowhere near finished. But I ran out of torches, and then I thought I would come and do a live stream. So I thought I would come and show you where we're up to. I need some wood to make some chests, so let's just grab some of that too. Alright, so we just want to leave 5. No, 5. They can stay in there. So we'll take these ones with us. Ah, you're meant to be in there as well. Oh, actually, I'm going to need you, aren't I, to make the crafting benches. We could fill up the rockets too, though, while we're here. We need those as well. So, yeah, so this is a one-off today. I don't know. I'm aiming to come back at the beginning of June. Part of the problem has been as well, where I had been doing all of the streams and they were so good, I'm just losing watch hours every day. So it was just demoralizing just watching them ticking down more and more. So I've decided that I'm going to just start fresh from June, when hopefully I'll be able to start picking the watch hours back up again, when things weren't quite so successful, or when I started having all the issues with the computer. So this is where I tapped into. So there was a section like this on here, and I thought, oh, that'll be handy to go and grab and get the tuff out. And then I started to get really confused, because as I was digging, I kept finding smaller pieces of tuff, and I thought, well, this is weird, because normally it's in a giant chunk, isn't it? And then I started to get little bits coming through. So, like this, for example, where you just get one little piece. And then I found out that if you get, I knew you got the iron veins, but what I didn't realise is that I have put that there, haven't I? That the iron veins are in tough sections and can be surrounded with gravel too. So this is what I've been digging out, and it is humongous. All of this lot, all of this. I was going to bring a different block down and I've forgotten. I can do that later. I was going to try and start separating some of it off, and then so I'm trying to leave myself little markers, like that piece there is in a different shade block. No, Goose, can you just climb up there? Am I hitting my head? No. So if you look, there's a deep slate iron ore up there. So I've left this block to remind me to go and look up there. It might just be a one-off, or it might carry on again. And then if we look here, I've left these as a little trail. This bit is to remind me. I use the torch on the side of the block that I need it to go to. So that means there's some here. So it's possible that there's another section here. It goes all the way around there. It goes all the way everywhere. It's just, I've never dug out an iron vein before. I've only ever seen one other one, and that's near the warden. And we've never dug it. I have dug bits of the copper veins, but never one of these. So you can see it comes down really low. So we've got all of this part in here, which I haven't done yet. I'm trying to do it a bit methodical to try and make sure I capture it all. So there's some more up there that I haven't done yet. Let me just knock those ones out for a minute. So we're not going to be digging it out. So I just wanted to show you where it's all coming from. So this is another section. So this looks like it has got all of the tuff in, and then it's got the vein in with it as well, and it comes through here. These ones down here, this goes right the way down to bedrock. Hold on, let's not. Yeah, let's do that one. No, you can see it goes all the way down to bedrock, and I had all of the blocks above me. So the reason I've done this is so that I could break all the blocks, but they don't go all the way down. It just made it a little bit easier for mining. And then it went through there, and then it comes through here, and then hold on, let me just move that. And then I've got this one here. I've left this gold block here because it goes up the top there as well. Oh, but that's a different piece. Hang on, I'll go back up there in a second to show you. And then it goes, yeah, so that's also just tell me to remind me to go up. And then I've got this piece here. Look, I've just found this piece. This is where I got to when I finished a minute ago. But I've still got all of this lot in here. There's another piece of it there. I was reading that you can get 2,000 in good ones. And that was like 35 ore, stacks of ore. So I don't know how many we'll get, but we are certainly doing well. So what I'm going to do is leave these here so I know where I'm working. And so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 stacks, plus I've got the 14 blocks. So still got a long way to go if we're going to hit that other level, but it's pretty good if you ask me. And then we can leave these here. Oh, that can go back, but it's fine. And then we can take... Oh, did I bring the deep slate? I thought I had 4 boxes of tough. Did I leave one behind? I don't know now. I didn't think I'd brought the deep slate with me. So if I try and find a way to get up to here again... That's the only trouble is once you start trashing it, it's hard to fix. It just... What? No! Oh, seriously? You're going to make me go back down? Where did I even land? I have no idea where I just landed. Alright, let's go back down here. Where did the gold block go? Alright, that's there. Hold on. Let's try that again. I've really missed being on the streams. I was going to try several times, and then I've realised I've just been too exhausted. Let me just try and get... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll find a way of getting up there. Basically, there's... let's just climb. Is this... Where is it again? I just get so disorientated right there. I really need flying lessons. So there's some more there, but I'm not sure where it goes to. It might just be a one-off. But then we come all the way up. Where is it? Oh, where is it? This is the only trouble. You lose track of where it goes. Well, I do anyway. So somewhere there's a giant cave, and I'm sure it was in this section. No. Okay, alright, well I'll have to try and find it. I'm sure I put it with the gold. I'll have to try and find it. There's a giant cave somewhere which led to several more sections of tuff, which was easy to get to. So I've got to try and work on finding that. But I'm sure it's up there somewhere. So I'll try to figure that out. But I'm going to do all that off the stream. But I just thought I'd let you know that this is how big an area this vein is. And then I've got to try and get out again. Which I think was kind of this way-ish somewhere. Up there. Was it through here? There's all of this to sort through. There's so much. I can't remember. Oh no, the other way. I've got to try and get out. That's not getting out, that's getting stuck. I think is it up here? Somewhere there's some water streams that I can, there it is. I knew it was here somewhere. Okay. Oopsie. No! Alright, so what we're going to do then is go and have a look at these towers. And sadly, we've got to remove them all because I made a giant mistake. This is one of the problems when you're doing things when you're exhausted. And look, so it's still working while we're down there now, which is amazing. And it gives me I like just try and keep it empty for now until I can sort it all out and get it all sorted. Yeah, weird bubbles. Don't know. Oh, it's really bizarre. I don't know why it does that. I've had it once before. A really long time ago. I was going to look, see if I had another... Oh, sorry, I should have done that while I was there. Why does that stop? I must have... Oh, that's because that's my water stream to come up, and I do it like that so I can... No, that's not. This is the one. That's confusing. Hold on, I meant to check to see if there was another box of tuff, and I've forgotten. I'm sure that I had 4 boxes and not 3. I get really disorientated in here. It's over there. And I did pick that one up. Maybe it was just 3. We don't need the deep slate at the moment, so we can leave that. Oh, I've got those as well. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I went back. We just need so much tuff, it's ridiculous. So I've also been busy out at the wood farm. I've been working it all out and then having a disaster of a time when I've realised I've set it all up wrong. And it's not a little boo-boo, it's a giant one. Sorry, that's really weird when you go through that water. We also have a funny little tower thingy. I've got to pull all of this down. So when I was testing the lighthouse, that's weird. When I was testing the lighthouse, I AFK'd all the way up here, and I wanted it. Why did I just not build it from there? I don't know why I did that. It seems like a really random thing to do. I could have just built up from the top of there, but I didn't. Anyway, so I'll pull all of this out, but not yet. And so let's go over here and I'll tell you about all the issues I've got. So you can see there's quite a few changes. I have added a whole bunch more of the wall on the front. I've been collecting tuff along the way while I've been doing all of that other stuff down sorting out those that mob issue that I've had. And so I've got all of this section put in, which I'm really pleased about. I'm not sure about all of this mud yet. I've just been leaving them there. And then I have been setting it up so I'm using the beacons. And all of this part is ready just to have the tuff put in now. So we've got to take it all the way from here all the way up to the other end. And all of these need to have them in as well. And we need to then, I've stripped the whole lot out so that I can work on the chunk borders. So where did I put the map? I had a map somewhere with them on. I'm not sure where I put it. As I've been chopping the trees down, I've been burning all of the leaves so I can get more leaf litter. This is wool. Oh, this is all tough, so that's nothing to do with that. Let me add all of these down here. So we've got a nice lot of tuff to work on here now. I'm half wondering whether to do the whole thing in slabs, but then I'm also thinking that's going to just take me a lot of effort with the placing. Thinking where I put the map. Maybe I didn't put them here. Where did I put them? Maybe I put it up the other end. Whoops. That box of copper is from all of the stuff I've been working on. Downstairs where I've been digging everything out. Not in this one. Must be over here. Oh, hang on, let's do a respawn point back down here. Some back in the thingy now. That's no good. We've got a whole box of oak logs there. I think I've got another one somewhere. Okay, come on. I might just do another map to show you. No. No maps. Where have I put it? I've got the paperwork in here, haven't I? I've got these. Don't know. Okay, so let's, I think it's this one. So if I just open this, so you can see on here that it goes this way round, and this red one is here, is right in this far corner. So if I got a different coloured block, I think this comes up as brown actually, and I pop that onto there. Yeah, then it makes that one in the very corner brown. Let's see if we've got a different colour. This should be grey, I should think. Yeah, and if I do that, you can see that I'm covering up the red. Not that one. Like that. And if I go this way, you can see it's coming this way. So this chunk is in a correct place because it's right on the corner of a map. So this one is correct, and as long as we build off this, then we know that the others are going to be in a chunk. And the problem I've got is, I don't know what made me think, but it just suddenly popped into my head and I wrote myself a little sign, which is really funny. Let's take that out. Yeah, we've got these here. Just see what ones we've got. Take all of these out. Made a whole bunch of sea lanterns from when we had the farm. Oh, we've still got it, but it doesn't work properly, does it? So if we look here, hang on, let's start off over here. Where is the proper one? Not that one. Here. So this is our proper one that we did, that the allies can come to and drop off all of their stuff. And as you can see, it is just in a chunk, but it is in a chunk, which means it will work. However, what that means is not all of them are. So if I come back out and we come over here, for example, this one is slap bang. Look, you did not check chunk borders, and then I've checked the chunk borders, and then I've got this is slap bang in the middle of 2. Well, actually, almost it would be 3 because the redstone goes under here. 4, so it'd be 4 chunks for this one tower, which means that tower will not work. And this one is in a chunk, so this one might just make it, except yeah, it should just make it because this would be part of the chunk here. And so if you look at the ones with the blue, those ones are okay, but the other ones are not. This is a really big problem. But if I take hold on, if I just go back over to here, because it's not just about the alignment on this side, it's about the alignment of the chunk coming this way. So you can see that this one is on the edge of the chunk here. So as these ones, if they're in a chunk, would be okay because they all land on this same line. So this one was okay. That one is okay. Those 3 over there are okay, and all of the others are wrong, and all of the other ones that will be placed behind them will all be wrong. So I've got to make a decision, which I think I've already made, really. I've got to try to figure out, can I just not, you know, land on something would be good. So I've got to decide how I can do this so that everything now comes back into a chunk, but everything also matches. So I'm going to have to rip out the stairs. I'm going to try and leave this tower because this one is set up and working. And let's see if we can make an equal pattern from this. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I may have to rip this one out too, which I'm really sad about. So what I'm going to do is get the floor in up here. And then I can put the chunk borders all the way down to the end from here right up to there, and then I can mess about with how the towers are going to sit inside them. But I also thought of something else while I was doing this as well. I've been using the beacons, which has been helping me with the haste, and really it would be ideal if we had beacons here as well. And I hadn't even considered that. So what I want to try and do is do it so that the beacons go through a tower as well. So that's another thing that I've got to try to add on. So I'm going to get rid of these things that are in my hand. Have I got any space for them? And then let's find ourselves a shulker box or another box and try to demolish the towers. Oh, they're just all full of those. No, I know that one's full. Let's put those ones into there, and then I don't know if I've got a box or something that I can put everything in. I know I've looked in these about 20 times since you've been on here, but my cognition just does not let me remember anything. Nope, you're too full. Was there anything in here? I mean, this one is a box of copper. Hold on, let's take things out of this one. Add them to this one. That's meant to be in the ender chest. Let's take that one with us, and then let's go and start demolishing. But I really wanted to show you what had gone wrong and why we need to do it. I've tried to think of everything possible to not have to destroy them, but there's just nothing that works that's realistic. Oh no, the phantoms are out. I am not standing on top of a tower being attacked by phantoms. Let's just snooze. They will kick me off for sure. Did it wrong. I wanted to be all the way up there. See if we can climb up it like we do a tree. Oh, this one. I always do that. I always do it wrong. Like that. I'm gonna have to give myself some extra blocks now. So I'm really disappointed because I really like these towers, but there is no point in going any further, bearing in mind that this tree farm is supposed to cover this entire section and might expand onto there and possibly there with all the extra trees. And if they're not working properly, then the whole thing is ruined. And the idea is that the allies will be able to help us and speed up the process of collecting everything. And if that doesn't work, then it's absolutely pointless having them there. They're meant to be functional as well as decorative. But I am going to leave the main one for now. For a start, I don't want to forget how I put it all together. It took me such a long time. It's very demoralizing doing this today. But sometimes that's what you have to do. And this is the problem with my cognition. So when I am being poorly, I try to function, but I don't always manage it. Right, let's just collect what we've got down here. Don't want anything to despawn. Let's go up this way. I did have some scaffold over there, didn't I? Maybe I should grab that. So let this be a lesson to you. When you're trying to do these things, always double check. And the thing is, you know, I don't know about Java. I think they can get away with it a bit more. But on Bedrock, if you fly out of an area, or if you go out of an area and you've got redstone in the chunks, they will stop working. and I don't want them to stop working, especially these, because I'm going to have so many of them. I need to know that I don't want to have to physically turn them on every single time I come past, and we're going to work on it. The whole point is that they need to be reliable, and they're just working. I've started watching a bit of Hermitcraft again. I've not really been watching a lot of anything really, again, because I just get so tired and my cognition isn't taking anything on, so I haven't really been watching a lot. But I've just caught up with all of Scar's Hermitcraft, and I'm just catching up on Mumbo Jumbo now. I'm not sure who else I'll watch, but looks like it's been a really fun season. Nope. I don't know when this one will finish. I'm really hoping that Scar can do more on his zoo. It's looking amazing, as always. Everything that Scar does is just amazing. Can only hope to be able to build like one of them, B-Dubs, Scar, and some of the others as well, but they're my favourites. Okay, did we get all of that one? We did. So all of this can come out. This can come out. Oh, I left some. I'll just leave the lights in the right place, just because they're leaving it lit up. Alright, so let's pop those in here. That's a lot of copper for one tower. And we said we thought there was some scaffold over here somewhere. Was it that box on its own? Yeah, that might make it easier. These wires are a bit awkward to fly around. Let's see if we can get up the top. Oh, it nearly fell off. This is very frustrating. At least they make a funny noise when you're breaking them. Quite an interesting one. Oh, I must have clocked it just right in the middle. Right, let's... see if we can do this slightly differently this time. So I haven't worked in the hardcore mode, and I haven't done anything on Cookie Clicker either. Cookie Clicker, I'm waiting for Mook. So we had sort of a joint agreement that we would try to beat each other by the times. So he can I did it for like nearly 2 hours, I think. So I've given him 2 hours to play, and then once he's done that, then I can start playing again, and then I can try to beat his amount of time. But he has been busy doing other things. He's also been having loads of trouble again, so with his tummy, so he hasn't been able to play properly either. So we will do the cookie clicker thing, but we're just not ready just yet. Alright, I'll collect blocks. That's why I was down here. I knew I saw one and then I got disorientated and couldn't find it. Alright, we got rid of those pesky pigeons, so we're alright. On this. Okay, that's down. That's nice. That's down. Alright, so they're all sort of down. So I don't know how much longer I'll stay on the stream for. I'll probably keep it fairly short. The main thing was I just wanted to show you what was going on and where we're getting up to, why I'm having to rip everything out, and then I can start working on everything again, work out the design whilst I'm just mooching around and not managing everything. And then when I come back, we'll be ready to get on and hopefully have it all working. I'm also thinking of doing an allotment video, which sounds a bit bonkers. So we've taken on an allotment and surprisingly it's going really well. I didn't expect that. It's helping me get a little bit stronger. It's helping me have a little bit of time out in the fresh air, making my mental health a bit better as well. And it's definitely helping Moog. So I might just do a little bit on there. I have tried to record it several times, but I keep messing it up. So I haven't put a video up yet. But keep an eye out for one of those. It won't show me on though. At the minute, I'll stick to just talking. Don't think I want to scale off. Beacon would have probably been good here, but we're just moving all over the place, so it's not really worth it. thought that was a creeper for a minute. Okay, so I think this one needs to come out and the next one stays. Yeah. Let's see how disastrous it is. No, that's not what I wanted. These towers will probably have to come out as well. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Not even been on for for an hour just yet. I'm really worn out already. I might have to ease myself back in gently. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here. I've got really tired. I've got these two down. I've explained everything. I've shown you where I've been up to and what I'm doing. And this tower at the minute I'm going to keep. I'm not going to move it until I know I can't keep it. Just purely because it's got all of the redstone set up and it works. In fact, while I was harvesting some of these ones down here, I couldn't get everything harvested in time. So the allies just continuously kept coming back over this way, which was... Oh, I didn't want to go there. Which was very unhelpful because I was not over here. I was over there. And then they wouldn't come back because then they were hooked on the music. So if I just remind you what the redstone is like under here. It is quite compact and everything has to just work exactly how I got it set up. And then it's brilliant. But... we also have a little bit of redstone down here on the clock, so we have to make sure that the clock is also in the in the chunk, this part here. So that has to be as well, so that anything comes in it gets knocked out, and then everything will go by the water streams to the collection point. We've got everything here at the minute, and take those out. So, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to toddle off for a bit. And if you don't see me for a while, don't worry. I am here. I am coming back. It's just I'm just trying to do so many things. And I just can't fit it all in. And with the way that everything went with the computer and all of the watch hours and everything else, I think starting again in June and sort of regrouping and working out what I'm doing will hopefully work better for me. So... sorry about that, and I will see you all soon. Thanks ever so much for popping in, for those that popped in, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.